So, moving to Enid, got orders to Advanced Air Force Base, got a job with Enid Public Schools. Or you're like, I want to live in between Woodward and Stillwater. So you chose Enid. Cool, not a problem. Some things you need to know, some things that no one ever talks about that you need to know, will be good info. And hopefully it'll help you out. That's what this video is all about. So, first thing you need to know, when you're moving to Enid, Oklahoma. Look, if you got a job offer at the Air Force Base and it's a concrete offer, you're not just going through the interview process. No, it takes a while. Okay. Know your timeline. Know your timeline. The government, it has to do with budgets and whatever war machines they want to make at that time. So it takes time. If you got orders and it has a ship date, boom, you're good to go. If it doesn't have the exact ship date, then you don't really know, right? Or you got a contract as a teacher at the Enid Public School System. Congratulations. You know when school starts. It's not that hard to figure that out, right? Know your timeline. That's really important. The reason I say that is when you're looking at houses, good houses, they go right away. They go right away. So if you're 6 months out and you want to go look at houses, go look at neighborhoods. Go look at neighborhoods, restaurants, stuff like that. Because anything you look at 3 months out, 6 months out, anything like that, that house won't be there. It will not be there. Okay? Know your timeline. Number 2, know your numbers when you're moving to Enid, Oklahoma. Okay? Know the rent cost, know the housing cost. If you're renting, you know what your monthly payment is. In Oklahoma, you usually don't get a fridge with your rentals. So keep that in mind. Fridges are expensive. Fridges aren't cheap. You can get a cheap fridge, just can't put as much food in there as a regular fridge. Okay, know your expenses. You gotta get it. You gotta get your own utilities typically. Water, trash, and sewer. Know that if you're gonna rent. If you're gonna buy, know you need closing costs. If you're a veteran and you're eligible for the VA loan, you have a 0 down payment. But guys, there's still closing costs. There's still closing costs involved with that. Okay, and then really weigh that VA loan compared to like a USDA loan or a conventional loan. Okay. If you're putting money down, if you're putting 20% down, that VA loan may not be the best thing for you. If you're a 100% disabled vet and you want to get into a home with no money down and no PMI on top of it, especially in a market where we don't know where prices are going, might be an option. But know your numbers. Easiest way to know your numbers is give the team of real estate agents that I work with and I a call, and we'll do an estimated cost to buyer sheet for you. If you're buying $500,000 house, we'll do an estimated cost to buyer sheet. Shows you what your cost will be, $500,000. But you got to know your numbers. You got to know what loan type you're going to use. Okay. And of course, we can help you find a home or sell a home in the Enid, Oklahoma metro area. That's what we do. That's what this channel is about, bringing Enid to you virtually over the internet. And we want to provide enough value to you and build a relationship with you that you might work with us on your real estate needs. Item number 3, decide if you want a new house compared to an existing home. New house, no maintenance for a year. Builder covers it. Existing home, if there's a winter storm and trees fall down because existing homes have trees around them and it knocks out your power, something to keep in mind. New home, the power is usually buried underground. You don't have to worry about the trees knocking that out. Okay. New home, furnace, AC, most up-to-date Freon. Existing home, if you got to buy Freon, it's worth more than gold. More than gold. Look it up. Google it. Is Freon worth more than gold? Google it. Okay. Just typical things like that. Energy efficient, new home. Energy not as efficient, existing home. Things to think about. But hey, you can get a ton more square footage on existing homes than you can new. Existing homes typically have more storage than new homes. Okay. Things to weigh. Pros and cons of both. Item number 4 you want to think about when you're relocating to and move within Enid, Oklahoma. The Enid, Oklahoma metro area is closing costs. Like I mentioned earlier, down payment is separate from closing costs. Okay. And we have the most expensive, along with Kansas, homeowners insurance. And if you got to pay years of that up front, if you're buying a $400,000 home, you're looking about a $3,500 a year insurance policy. And that's just the insurance. That's not covering the title cost. That's not covering the lender cost, the underwriting, the discounts, any of that stuff. Okay. There's a good chunk of costs that come with buying a home. Okay. Down payment and cost, two separate things. Item number 5, closing funding and possession state. Closing funding and possession state. What that means is the day of closing, you do the funding and possession at the same time. So go to closing at 12, sign the papers, give the title company the check, you get the keys. What you want to keep in mind is you want to have all the utilities on for that day. Or if it's a Friday and the seller canceled the utilities right after they got out of closing, which they do, they don't own the home anymore. The seller has to keep the utilities on until closing funding and possession. You could go all weekend without electric, water, trash, and sewer. Make sure all the utilities are on, folks. And when you go to closing, make sure you've got that number before you go to closing in a cashier's check or a wire to the title company. Okay. When you're working with the team of agents that I work with over at eXp Realty and we're going to keep you on track. We're going to give you all this information. But if for some reason you already bought a home and you hadn't seen the video yet, you haven't seen the channel yet, go watch all the videos. Okay. Go watch all the videos. Learn about Enid, Oklahoma, folks. Please, absolutely do that. But if you are getting ready to relocate to, move in Enid, Oklahoma, in the Enid, Oklahoma metro area, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. The group of agents that I work with at eXp Realty and I, we're absolutely here to earn your business when it comes to your real estate needs in Enid, Oklahoma. And on a side note, if you've ever thought about a career in real estate or possibly doing real estate part-time, say you're a nurse, policeman, fireman, anything like that, hit me up, guys. I'd love to introduce you to everything that eXp Realty has to offer to teach you how to be a real estate agent too. Absolutely would. All right, guys. Thanks so much for watching today's video. Give it a thumbs up if you liked it. Subscribe to the channel if you liked it. And if you didn't like it, leave a horrible comment. Subscribe to the channel and leave horrible comments every single time I go live. And give me a thumbs down too. Don't forget that. Everyone else might not see it, but I do. It hurts my feelings when you do that.